They say men love peace, but watch closely. He never stays with the woman who gives it to him too easily. He craves the one who shakes his certainty, the one who looks at him not with admiration, but with quiet defiance. She doesn't flatter his ego. She confronts it. And somehow he cannot look away, because somewhere inside, beyond his confidence and composure, he is not searching for comfort. He is searching for meaning, and meaning is never found in comfort. This is the hidden psychology of men. Carl Jung once said, "Every man carries within him the eternal image of woman." He called it the anima, the feminine soul within the masculine mind. It's not about gender. It's about balance. Jung believed that every man is unconsciously drawn to women who awaken the parts of himself he has suppressed. The deeper his repression, the stronger his attraction. That's why he can meet a woman who seems ordinary, and yet feel something ancient stirring in him, a pull he cannot logically explain. She reflects the part of his psyche he has neglected. And if she challenges him, emotionally, intellectually, even spiritually, she becomes the mirror that forces him to evolve. Here's the truth. A man does not fall for a woman who gives him what he wants. He falls for the one who reveals what he lacks. The hidden psychology of men begins with conflict, not the loud kind, but the silent tension between admiration and fear. When he meets a woman who challenges him, something happens beneath his pride. He feels both threatened and alive. She calls out the falseness in his words without saying a thing. Her boundaries expose his immaturity. Her calm detachment confronts his need for validation. It's not manipulation, it's magnetism. Because her self-respect awakens his buried hunger for purpose. Think about it. A man might chase beauty, attention, or affection, but once he has them, he grows restless, because his instincts were never designed for comfort. They were designed for conquest. Yet the modern man has already conquered the world outside. So where does he direct that instinct now? Toward the woman who becomes his inner battlefield. The one who doesn't surrender to his charm or collapse under his silence. She becomes the challenge he cannot win through force, only through transformation. That's why he stays. Not because she obeys him, but because she makes him face himself. The hidden psychology of men. He is not addicted to the woman, he is addicted to the mirror she holds. Sigmund Freud once said that men love where they admire, but desire where they fear rejection. A contradiction that defines nearly every romantic tragedy. When a woman challenges a man, she creates a paradox in his psyche. Part of him wants to dominate her, prove his strength. But another part wants to surrender, to be seen not as the strong one, but as the real one. Most men live their lives wearing masks. Confidence, success, humor, logic. But beneath it all is a boy who once sought approval and never received it. So when he meets a woman who challenges him, she unknowingly triggers that buried wound. He may resist her, argue with her, even pull away. But something in him knows this friction is not rejection. It's revelation, because she's not fighting him. She's fighting the illusions he built to protect himself. In her presence, he can no longer hide behind performance. He must become real or lose her. And this is where most relationships collapse. The man confuses challenge with criticism. The woman mistakes his withdrawal for indifference. But beneath the chaos, something profound is happening. His ego is breaking, and his soul is waking up. This is evolution disguised as heartbreak, and only a rare kind of woman understands it. Now you'll finally understand why he pulled away when things felt real. He wasn't bored. He was afraid. Afraid that your strength revealed his weakness. Afraid that your independence exposed his lack of direction. Afraid that your calmness highlighted his inner storm. Because the truth is, men are not drawn to women who challenge them to compete. They are drawn to women who challenge them to grow. But growth is pain, and pain is something most men were never taught to sit with. They were taught to fix, to control, to escape. So when a woman enters his life and refuses to play small, he feels something he cannot label. Is it attraction? Is it intimidation? Is it love or fear disguised as fascination? The hidden psychology of men says, it's all of them. Because a woman who challenges a man activates his entire being, his intellect, his pride, his longing, his wounds. She becomes the test between his lower self and his higher one, and that test determines the kind of man he will become. The weak one will flee, blaming her for being too much. The strong one will stay, trembling but ready to evolve. That's the difference. He doesn't stay because it's easy. He stays because it's necessary. So what does this mean for women? It means stop softening yourself to be loved. Stop confusing harmony with silence. Stop thinking that to keep him, you must avoid confrontation. Because a man who is worth your energy does not need comfort. He needs truth. When you challenge him, not with cruelty but with clarity, you awaken his potential. When you demand presence instead of promises, you test his integrity. When you walk away from disrespect instead of explaining your worth, you remind him what a real woman looks like. The woman who understands this never chases. She chooses. She knows that not every man is capable of growth, and she is not here to teach one how to be a man. She is here to mirror the kind of man he already is. Some will run from that mirror. Others will return rebuilt. Because in the end, the greatest attraction is not between a man and a woman. It's between a soul that seeks to hide and a soul that refuses to let it. That's what makes her unforgettable. Not her looks, not her words, but her energy. The kind that says, I will not dim my fire to soothe your shadow. That is power. That is the psychology of magnetism. And when you understand it, you stop asking why he left. You start noticing who stayed. Nietzsche once wrote, and those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music. The woman who challenges a man hears a different music, the rhythm of truth, evolution and sacred tension. He may resist it, he may fear it, but he will never forget it, because the hidden psychology of men is simple. He does not fall for the woman who completes his peace. He falls for the one who awakens his war and teaches him how to win it within himself.